What's good, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about the fun destroying good news coming out of India, South Korea, Nigeria, and Japan as well. So why don't we get into it and have a quick look at what I have to say.
Okay, why don't we get on to the first biggest FUD of them all, and that was actually what recently happened in India. And as of now, no, India isn't banning a Bitcoin as mainstream media gets it wrong. Now, where have I heard that one before? This applies to my rule number one. Whenever somebody comes to me and says, how does this work? What does this do? What is that and this? I always say you always have to look at rule number one. Rule number one is the most important thing of all, and that is do not believe what you read in the press. It doesn't matter if that's on CNBC, CNN, TV in general, or you read it in a newspaper. It is always wrong. Now, I do not believe that these guys are absolutely absolutely idiots behind the scenes, but I can tell you this. There must be a reason for that, what they've been saying. So, let's get into this. First of all, India. The government does not consider cryptocurrency as a legal tender or coin and will take all measures to eliminate the use of these crypto assets in financial Eti, what are you doing in front of the lab? Come on, get away from me. I'm sorry, that's my girlfriend's cat. What are you doing here? Well, why are you so curious? Hello. You're looking for affection. Anyway, I have to show affection into the YouTubers. For the YouTubers, I'm sorry. Anyway, back into what I was saying. Crypto assets in financing illegitimate activities or as part of a payment system. Now, the only thing what they're saying is that they want to crack down on people using this for illegal activities, which is obvious. Now, if you're talking about Silk Road, if you're talking about the Tor browser and using Monero to pay for drugs, weapons, or hitmen or whatever, every country does that. Now, I do not understand how the press could get this wrong, because this is the stupidest fucking thing I've heard. Come on, are you serious? Okay, I'm gonna get this over and done with before this video takes too long. But the entire story into one thing, India is not banning cryptocurrencies at all. On to the next story. Bitcoin fever catches the attention of Nigeria's lawmakers. Now, this is something which is getting my attention, because what I actually use, I do some research with Google Trends. I like to use Google Trends to look up everything and see what the world is looking up at the moment, to see sleeping giants before they explode. So, that being said, I've seen Nigeria higher on this list before, and they're actually in the top 10. They're still sitting at 10, but I've seen these guys like at 4, overshadowing big countries. Nigeria is very, very interested in Bitcoin, which I think very, very interesting, not only because of illegal activities, because we know that Nigeria is, the crime rate is skyrocketing, same as pretty much a lot of African countries, which does not mean that the country's bad, it's just that the justice system has a lot on their hands. But anyway, I think this is very interesting, because this can actually help the country in general, actually a lot of African countries as well, because there's not a huge substantial banking system for everybody. And of course, at the end of the day, this is going to be a very hard situation for feeding a family of 5, 10, or whatever. So kudos to Nigeria, to Ghana as well, I see over here, of actually showing interest in cryptocurrencies in general. And what I also find very, very cool, look at this, South Africa is number 1. South Africa is killing it with Googling Bitcoin. Now, this is just Bitcoin general, but South Africa is extremely interested in Bitcoin. And number 4, Austria. this is a funny thing. That's why I'm laughing about this. I am originally from South Africa, and I do live in Austria. So talk about one hell of a concoction over there. So these two countries are very interested. I am very interested as well. That's why I'm bringing you all this news to you immediately before anybody else. I hope, at least. So, Electronium. First of all, Electronium, I do not like the project. I'm not such a big fan. The marketing is fantastic, but I do not like how they're using the art of mining and failing on communication. It's just a simulation of using mining on your phone. Now, the mining on your phone sounds like a very interesting aspect, but the whole thing it's just like a game, actually. It's not real mining. And a lot of people have misunderstood their white paper. I hope they do try to implement something else. But what I do very much like, and I was so happy to hear this, they are a part of GSMA, the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, in Spain. And that might mean we will have something interesting to see from them, collaborating with mobile partners. Now, if these guys get into the mobile industry and start teaming up with I don't know, the dragons of the industry from China, for example, and then T-Mobile, and then I'm starting to forget all these goddamn names. Come. Doesn't matter. I'm forgetting all these mobile partners at the moment. But you get the point. If they start working together, this might actually be very interesting. I'm not going to put money into Electronium as of yet. I'm going to wait it out and see what they have planned. But as soon as I start seeing that mobile partners are going to start offering services for Electronium, this might be something very, very big. So keep your eyes posted onto this. The next story, what we have, something what I think is even better. Ripple already is a huge contender in a cryptocurrency world. It is not decentralized, it is centralized, but at least this type of regulation could actually help substantially, because what I read recently, I couldn't really find it here. I've been researching on the internet and I couldn't find the story again. Most probably they took it down, but it's similar to this. One big factor that helped boost Ripple was the launch of a new cross-border payment trail with two of South Korea's largest banks, by the Japan Bank. Anything else here? And a coalition of 61 Japanese financial institutions. So practically something similar just happened recently, is that Ripple is going to start working with banks. So the second largest bank in Japan, I think, not South Korea, I think it was in Japan. I might be wrong. But the way they do this is that Ripple's going to have a brand new exchange just for Ripple. And that exchange is going to help bring both Ripple and banking system together. This might change everything, because a lot of people think that cryptocurrencies should stay decentralized. I do agree with that. That is, of course, the whole golden child of it. But the thing is that as soon as governments see that there's a certain regulation in this and they can profit off it, guess what happens? They start marketing this onto the masses. And I'm not kidding. For you guys that do not know this, the amount of money in cryptocurrencies is this in comparison to real estate and gold. It is nothing. There's still so much more money that could be added to the cryptocurrency world. I am not joking. It's almost zero in comparison to forex trading, in comparison to real estate, to gold, to everything else, to any kind of other investment. So I really think that this could actually be very beneficial. As mentioned, as soon as governments start getting into it, they will start trying to put this over to the mass market, and that is something which cryptocurrencies is failing at the moment. Is pretty much communication, getting that out there, and try making it as simple as possible, because as soon as you talk about blockchain, cryptocurrencies, as FUD, FOMO, hash, whatnot, people start getting scared, pulling back, and they don't show any more interest into knowing the benefits about cryptocurrencies and blockchain. So that, I think, is going to change quite a lot if this really goes through. As of now, there are quite a lot of interesting stories to tell, and you can find a ton of that on my Twitter. I have no idea why Twitter. Oh, there we go. We just go over to this. Go over to my Twitter. I do retweet very good stories. This is taking for ages. I do not why, but check out the Blockchain Bodybuilder. I do, as mentioned, I retweet very important stories, and I do post as soon as possible when I hear something which is extremely important, signals, tips, upcoming ICOs. So guys, do yourself a favor, go over to my Twitter, and if you like this video, just give me a little like, let a comment there, and tell me what you'd like to see. I would be very happy to hear from you guys, as I need to grow this channel, and I'm a newbie.